Welcome back, everybody, to Cat's Krypt. With me now, and hopefully for the foreseeable future, the good Sir Pappy.
I'm here until horror murders me.
Until my eyes bleed.
Which might happen tonight, but you know.
We digress. He's going to inflict some things on his retinas, but we mutually inflicted Visions, which came out in 20...
Depending on what website you reference, it's either 2014 or 2015.
Who knows? But it did come to Netflix in 2016. That we do know.
Yes. So it did the eventual Netflix shuffle. I don't know. I don't believe it got a release. Like a theatrical.
I don't think it did.
Maybe it played the circuit. I honestly didn't do a whole lot of research. I was pleasantly surprised with the movie, and then I forgot about it. Sorry.
Oh, right. Yeah. I don't know. There were things that I liked about this, and there were definitely some things that.
And things you missed because you went for a sandwich.
Yeah.
For 20 minutes.
I did go back and rewatch the whole movie so I could.
Ooh.
Yeah. I did a twofer, and I feel like that kind of maybe soured a bit of it for me.
Oh, yeah. No, this is the kind of movie where if you see it coming, I don't think it's as much fun.
No.
The entire movie is one plot twist. The moment you figure it out, which, all right, I guessed correctly, but fortunately I wasn't convinced. But I think the moment you know exactly what's happening, all the scares are way too telegraphed for that.
Yeah, it's just done from that point on. And it doesn't hold up to second viewing. Very similar to like Sixth Sense. Like once you know, it's kind of done.
I've actually never seen it a second time.
Yeah, you don't need to because you already you know the big twist.
Yeah.
And that said, without going into a lot of spoilers, because I do like to try and keep this moderately objective.
Well, I'll cover the facts real quick for you. Directed by Kevin Greutert. I probably murdered that name. Been around for a long time. Worked on editing a lot of films. This is only his 6th directed movie. But he did have a hand in the Saw franchise with 6 and 3D. And a film called Jezebel, which I haven't seen yet. And then Visions. So he's not a newbie. He's obviously got some good ideas, and I like that he's pretty focused on the horror genre, so maybe someday he'll come up with something fantastic.
Well, I don't think you can blame a director for the story content, unless he wrote that too.
Yeah. Well,
then you can totally blame the director for the story.
But the funniest part is in a cast of completely forgettable characters, including Eva Longoria, who I didn't even recognize her. She was in the movie.
Yeah, she was in the movie. She was like the friend who showed up like twice and then got shot. Spoilers.
But, yeah. Other than the man meat, I don't even remember their name, the guy's name for the husband. But our star was Isla Fisher, who I'm sitting there going, I know her. Oh, Wedding Crashers, the redhead. Okay. And then her new friend when they moved to wine country is Jillian Jacobs. Britta, I can only call her Britta because I watch Community. But that's the whole cast of characters. And Man Meat, whose name I don't really know or care. No, there it is. It's Anson Mount. And my co-host wouldn't mind doing the Mount.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that really his name? Well, he can call me anytime. I will go be poor at agriculture with that man today.
Yeah, so I cover the facts. I'll let you cover the base plot for everybody.
Yeah, the base plot is you have a married couple. The wife was involved in a pretty terrible car accident, which resulted in a passenger in the other vehicle dying. And they decide to move out of the city and up into the, presumably Napa Valley. Like, they're up in wine country somewhere.
Because it's been her husband's lifelong dream to grow grapes and make wine, not grow wine and make grapes, because then you're doing it wrong. And
that was all he knew about it. He's like, what, you don't grow wine and make grapes?
For all his lifelong dreaming, he didn't know shit.
So they get, they have kind of the helpers, and the neighbors are, snarky and aristocratic. And
well, one neighbor's. The other neighbors may or may not be cooking meth.
That is true. But without going, the long and the short of it is, this couple, escapes to the countryside to try and find a better life. And then things just get weird. And it's like, well, why did the other owners of the house, like, why were we able to buy this so cheaply? And the moral of the story is if you're ever in the house market and this house is supposed to be like $5 million and they're pushing it off for like $350K, there's something fucked up with the house.
See, I'd actually argue that the moral of the story is listen to your fucking doctor.
Well, there's that too. But
Because the whole thing is it's an apparent haunting. That's, there's weird things happening. And of course, only the pregnant woman can see it. And despite the fact that everyone in her life is giving her good, sane advice except one person, she, of course, goes, oh, if you were being mean to me, I'm going to listen to her. And that's my problem with the movie. Just when the fun stuff started picking up and there was some legitimate spookiness going on, we just took the turn into stupid land. And I don't think it ever recovered for me.
no, I don't. Well, the only thing I think it recovered was it was like, oh, when you do get the twist and it's like, oh, that's your premise. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. But it just wasn't pulled off. I mean, the movie could have been 45 minutes long and been just as effective.
Yeah, and it's not very long to begin with. I think, what was it, like an hour 20?
Yeah, like 80-something minutes.
Yeah. As a whole for me, is it worth your time? I mean, that's always the question we try to answer here. It's like, is it worth it?
It's hard to answer because it's already on Netflix.
Yeah, well, that's the medium that we're looking at. It's the Netflix and the Hulus and things like that. So, for a Netflix spoopy movie, if you're out of spoopy movies, yes.
If you've already seen everything that's genuinely horrifying, you won't hate this movie.
If you're more into kind of the psych horrors, I feel like maybe this would touch more in that fan base than like the true horror.
Oh yeah, it's all mind games.
Yeah.
But again, if you're really into psychological horror, you may be able to figure this one out pretty quick.
Yeah, maybe if I didn't go get that sandwich, I would have been on it the first time. But
if you like shirtless, ripped men, you're at least going to enjoy 2 minutes of this film.
More than 2 minutes. There was more than 2 minutes.
I said at least because I didn't hit the timer. Sorry.
You weren't keeping track as much as I was. Yeah, no, honestly, this is a skip. This is a skip.
At least it had better special effects than the last one.
That wouldn't have been hard.
Ooh, what's this creepy monster?
Yeah,
my impression of the special effects. So, this one, the special effects include a mannequin head. That might have been it.
Well, no, they had some CG stuff, but no, actually, they did a lot of stuff with misdirection and practical effects. That's why I say I'm really not mad at the director for this. I just feel like something in the screenwriting went wrong.
I still blame the director for not capturing the sense of dread that he could have put into the film.
Well, I blame Redhead Chick for like an emotionless performance, except for like 2 times.
Best performance is definitely Jillian Jacobs, hands down. She acted. She showed a range of emotions.
That we're in the Willow Creek dilemma where it's like, gosh, this movie has a lot of great elements going for it, but the lead actress is just like.
Props to her for branching out, but I think she wasn't ready to pull the Rosemary's Baby style. I don't think she was able to pull it off.
No, I was left disappointed in her performance, and I think that soured the movie for me. So, if you want to berate your eyeballs for an hour and 20 minutes, let us know what you think. I will put the link to it.
Somebody tell me if you go hiking through brambles, why the fuck would you wear like
Daisy
tennis
Dukes?
shoes and Daisy Dukes? Like, my feet are protected and my upper thighs are protected. Fuck the rest of me. That can just get murdered by
bits and feet. That's all you have to. That's all you have to do. Bits and feet, man.
Yeah, no, I'd say give it a watch if you're out of options. It's the top of my fuck it list right now. I need to watch something, but I don't know what. Okay, Visions.
Yeah, or you're just looking for something you don't have to be super invested in.
If you have to run to the store and don't want to pause the movie.
Yeah, if you gotta go get a sandwich or something to eat and you don't want to pause it and come back and not really have lost anything. Like, again, I went back and I watched it because we were going to review it, and that's the only fair thing to do. Yeah, I didn't miss anything. 20 minutes out of a 80-minute movie.
So yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Yep, it was a dud. The deadpan dud. Poor acting. Bah. So, we'll see what we can find next week. I don't know. We're
Sorry, I'm having visions.
oh, you're
They're
having.
already better than the
Are
movie.
you pregnant, Pappy? Is that why you're having the
I did have an ultrasound this week, but that's a totally different story.
Oh, well, you'll have to let us know the gender next episode.
Yeah, next time I do a Pappy Plays, I'll talk all about that.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, we'll all see you next time. Thanks for tuning in for Cat's Krypt. As always, you can interact with us on the Twitters at ScrumptiousCast, or you can find the link to the movie we're talking about down in the description box, and you can also leave us some comments. If you have a suggestion on what you want us to watch, we have access to pretty much every streaming platform.
Yeah. Even Crackle.
Yeah. Ugh. There's the bottom of the barrel. And with that, everybody, we'll see you next time. Bye.